Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. My feet have come too far for you to tie 'em to the ground. Can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. Set my sights on where I'm going at. They turn it back around. Can't stop me.
Well, good evening and welcome to Coffee and Tea with Aeson and Dottie. All right, guys, this is our first kind of play around with this. Yes, we're over in the Psychic Coffee Shop studio, but you've been hanging out in other studios. You're cheating on me.
What?
You're cheating on me. You've been hanging out in other studios.
Yes, as a matter of fact, one from a nationally syndicated one, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, much nicer than this.
Yeah, PBN podcasts.
Yeah.
That was nerve-wracking. I'm not gonna lie.
Come on, dish girl.
So it was like, I think it was partially because, like on live streams, once you get used to a format, if you switch it up and it's live, just go.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, there was a technical issue in the very beginning because I couldn't hear them. I guess they had to turn up their microphones or something. And I'm hearing, it's like splitting in the middle of words, so I can't follow the sentence. And they're asking stuff. I'm like, while we were live, like the first 5 minutes, I'm like, I cannot understand you. And they're like, we're gonna go to a break.
Yeah.
And I hear the break kick in the background, and then like the guy comes on, is like, okay, honey, we're gonna hang up and call you back, and we're gonna try this. And we were able to fix it pretty quick, but I'm like,
oh God, the national syndicated talk show, it's using Blog Talk. No, help us. That's how we used to do Blog Talk, is by the phone. Which do you prefer, the camera or the phone?
Camera. Honest to God, the camera.
Yeah.
Number one, I don't have to hold it up. Like, I don't know, because there was something nice about being able to walk around my house while I did it. But I'm just pacing on the phone versus sitting down here, like interacting.
Please use your headset. You need it, especially for the talk show. Otherwise, I'm going to make an appointment for the chiropractor for your neck.
Yeah, because I was holding the phone like this. My shoulder's been bothering me all day. I'm like, is this because it was only a half an hour, but
don't matter. Honey, you got to take care of your body. Being a psychic is the same as being a construction worker. Especially when we got to do the heavy lifting.
Okay. I do need to find, I think I do have around here some hardwire ones to put in because they said not to use, they told me specifically not to use the
Bluetooth,
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you need them, I have them. Let me know. I'll FedEx them down to you or send them back row. And
I know I've got a couple of pairs. I know I can see one right now, but I need to check and see if it's still any good.
Right. Test it out.
Right. So I may be calling you.
Anytime, honey, call me. You got my number. It ring anytime you need me. So it's been about 6 months to a year since you came on the network, and we sat down and done the big hello, this is the real Dottie conversation.
Oh my God. Okay, so this whole year I literally just did, if you're one of my patrons, which I know you're not because I've only got 2, but if you all will check out my Patreon, I just dropped a yearly review today. I just went back through, and it's 45 minutes long, and it's a lot of me talking because I think I'm going to end up putting it on my podcast.
Good.
Because it's like this. It's just me talking to the camera, just taking a solid, lengthy look at the year that I have had. I'm like, I'm not bipolar. My life is.
Well, you're not bipolar, bipolar. You are a new word I had to learn because I'm used to just calling you ADHD, and it's like, no, you're neurodivergent.
Yeah, neurodivergency.
Yeah.
And, this is one of those things, like, people get hung up on the terminology so much. And I know I won't say I'm as bad as the next person because I have a problem with language. It's one of the things that it doesn't quite work right in my brain. It's I got a short up there. However you want to put it, it doesn't bother me. But like, I don't really usually get hung up on terminology as long as I basically understand what you're saying.
Right.
And it's one of those things because there are so many, because of the nature of the disorder,
Mm-hmm.
there are always going to be inappropriate names. And there's always going to be some that are like, should you use that term or not? Kind of things. I'm like, as long as somebody's not being insulting, I don't care what they call it.
Well, no, it made a great difference because, we work together. We're co-support each other. You're a mystic client. And all this is common knowledge to the public. But no, when I was coming up, because I'm dyslexic, so I've dealt with ADHD, BD, all that. I know all the old terms.
Right.
And, with that, it's like, okay, if I got to have a meeting with Dottie at 5 o'clock on Tuesday, I need to tell her to go run for an hour.
That's just how I usually show up. I'm like,
because that's how we were taught to, do those little tricks to get, so that we can get in, get it done, get you focused. 15 minutes, you can't do anything past 15 minutes. Is what teachers and facilitators were taught 100 years ago.
yeah. I hate to say it, even when I was a child,
Mm-hmm.
it was still rather than adapting to each individual child,
Right.
which you can only adapt to at a certain degree.
Right.
You can only adapt to an individual to a certain degree, but it's finding that difference between adapting to a student and expecting a student to adapt to you.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no sliding scale when we were kids. Like,
No.
they medicated us so that we could function, and to hell with the rest.
Right.
Like, the difference between me taking my Ritalin and not taking my Ritalin was an F or an A.
Right.
Right. But then I get home and the medicine
with you, it's just like, Dottie, have 2 cups of coffee before our meeting, please.
I actually didn't, but I do tell you what, I can tell the difference when I drink coffee in the morning when I don't.
Yeah.
It does give me a boost, and I'm trying to build a routine back up again, and I don't know if I want to include it or not.
Yes, you do. And there's 3 reasons that you want to include coffee in your routine. One, it does help with your neurodivergency. I know the difference when Dottie has been fed and had caffeine than when Dottie has not.
Yeah, Dottie takes nervous episodes.
Yeah. 2, the caffeine in itself, the amino acid actually helps the stress hormone that's produced by the psychic gifts.
Oh. I am slowing down on the smoking. I'm seriously thinking about quitting because it does seem it hurts my lungs.
Well, you're not smoking the right cigarettes, and if it hurts your lungs, then don't do it.
Exactly.
As I go into the middle of an asthma attack. And 3, it'll actually make you feel better because you also battle depression. Now, I'm laying you out, and I'm going to lay myself out. I am dyslexic. If you want me to know something, tell me. Don't type it in Messenger. We don't do Messenger a lot. This is how me and you work it together a lot. It's like, no, honey, I'm getting you into a Zoom, or I'm picking the phone up and calling so we can talk.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do appreciate that, doing actual meetings versus trade, because I can only do so much over text.
We can't do things over text. I can't.
Text, I've learned to adapt because I kind of have to for the psychic hotline more than anything else. But honest to God, like, I would much rather talk to somebody because, number one, I am a much more elegant speaker than I am a literate one.
Right. But it's also, for me, I'm a lovely speaker. I can match a person's tone. I can go and, describing a relationship as a tumultuous affair that needs to be burnt down from the house up, or honey, he's a bitch. Both of them are the same sentiment there.
I love that meme, by the way. That meme you put it. I don't remember who put it in the post. It might have been Neil, where it was like, I just ended a 5-year relationship, and the other girl's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm great. It wasn't mine."
And we'll touch on that one too. But that's why I like video conferencing. I love the idea of video conferencing. I love Zoom. And believe me, I bought the premium membership to that one as soon as it came available. But this is something that we see a lot in the psychic industry.
Yeah. Hi, Shannon. I just saw that message. Sorry.
Yeah. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Lady Gwen. How you, baby girl? You have been a godsend to me today. We'll get into my day here in a minute. So how'd you like it hanging out with the swanky New Yorkers?
I was so nervous. And mark the calendar. I was I kind of fell on my face a little bit.
Really?
With grace and style as I do, but I just sort of spit out my life story. I'm like, don't get me wrong, it's the same story no matter tell it, but when you're not so nervous, you can tell it with a little pizzazz.
Right. But, sometimes people don't need the pizzazz because they get lost in it.
Yeah, I stripped it down today. I went through my entire life story in about a half an hour, and my life story as a psychic. I talked about, because spirituality was always a part of our lives growing up.
Oh, yeah.
In our household, my parents, my dad believed in kindness and honesty. And so he would listen to us when we told him things were going bump in the night. As often they did, because we're a spiritual family, we tended to attract spirits.
Right.
Mom had the gift of being able to open the gate so that if a spirit was trapped here, she could open the gate and let that person move on to the next plane. And I'm Dottie the Psychic. My mother was a nurse, and that used her gift. And I used my gift as a nurse for a long time. And I talked about the whole, just from the beginning. I remember seeing ghosts when I was 3.
Same. We actually moved out of a house because it was haunted, and the ghost didn't like Dad. The ghost threw Dad out of the house.
Wow.
Literally. Broke his leg.
We love it too.
Yeah, we love talking with each other, but we don't get a lot of time to just sit here and josh. And we thought you guys would enjoy it too. And Lord knows I need a video, and Dottie I can use a video, and then it becomes a podcast. And I don't know if there's really cool snippets. We may make them into reels. We'll figure all that pizzazzing joy out later.
I have thought about because I do like having a guest star on every month. Yeah. So I've really thought about splitting off and just making the main YouTube channel, just making it the big videos and the prediction videos, and moving all the live streams over to another channel. And if we do too much,
I think you need to funnel your audience there. I really do. I think that when you start splitting stuff off like that, then, someone that may not be into a prediction video but is enjoying a live stream will go and watch the prediction video because it pops up in their feed. If you're splitting it off in 40 different hairs, honey, we've got more hairs than hairs.
Here's the thing. This is one of those experiments I've always wanted to try to do, but I don't want to lose anybody. Right. But I think the algorithm, this is part of why I stopped doing the cause of the month, was because I think it was too many things on one channel that the algorithm could never pick up what I was doing.
Right.
I don't know. I may leave it up to my audience. If you guys watch the main big videos and the live streams,
Look to your patrons. Let them two decide.
One of them doesn't actually watch my stuff. She's my Patreon because I helped do a house cleansing for her, rather than charging her $150 when she didn't have it. I told her to sign up for my Patreon for $5 a month.
Well, that's cool, but no, you've got patrons. I've got patrons. I'm leaving it on my stations. That's where it's going to live for us. I don't split anything I do. This year I'm going to be doing budget and planning videos, and they're going to be on the psychic station that you guys enjoy over at Aeson Knight. You're going to get your daily 3-card readings, and But no, I never split my stuff up. I just let it go through. If they like the video, they'll watch it, and if they don't, and if maybe they've never liked it, never thought about prediction videos or never thought about this. I've had people stop into the psychic coffee shop, and it's like, wow, you guys are live. This isn't pre-recorded. It's like, yeah, we're live. Hi.
Yep.
How can we help you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something I've thought about.
Mm-hmm.
I probably won't.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I don't need another channel to maintain. I'm already sweating bullets over this one. I'm up to 100 or 274 viewers.
Very cool. Very cool. Keep that going. Keep that growing.
I know you
remember, guys, I don't care where you're watching us at. Like, subscribe, send a notification, share us with your friends. We love being passed around.
Speaking of Mae West references.
Yes. Which, I'm sorry, we get put into the entertainment industry. I think that I have a new requirement for any new psychics that are going to work with us.
What's that?
They have to go and watch the biography of Mae West.
Like,
she taught the freaking world branding, image.
And she was into the psychic spiritual world too. Like, she believed in everything. She had regular seances in her house.
She had regular seances in her hotel room. Problem was she having to throw the boyfriends out so you can at least get the energy calm.
Hey, Mae West, why did you get mirrors in your ceiling? Because I like to see how I'm doing.
Uh-huh. I've lost the line, but her diamond line is my favorite.
Oh, my goodness, what lovely diamonds. Goodness has got nothing to do with it.
But no, because that woman knew branding, and this is something new to the psychic industry. Well, new to influencers, because we're not only psychics, we're influencers. Like, I'm thinking about doing a video about my favorites of 2021. That list ain't long, guys. I promise you it ain't long. I'm picky as hell.
I tell you what, it has been doing the wrap up for the year, like, because last year I just took all the videos I had done and then clipped them together, and it was a pretty cute video. It was a nice little compilation video. This year I was like, I wouldn't to do that, and I'm like, there is no way I can do this. There is no way, knowing what actually happened, that I can cohesively just chop these videos together, because there's just
you had some big ones this year.
I was counting them up. I had like 3 big videos and 2 half decent videos.
Right, but I'm talking main life events. You've had some big ones this year. First of all, we got you out of whatever you were doing, so you started smiling more. So you had a career change.
My former job.
Your former in servitude.
I don't regret working there, but I also don't regret leaving.
Well, you were there for the time you were needed, and then it was time to go.
Yeah.
It's like some of the jobs I look back, I miss the floor. But I'll tell you, if I was on the floor right now, I'd kill some people.
Right. Yeah, I can't go back to the floor. Like, I had to straight up admit that. Listen, it has been a roller coaster since 2016. My life has been a total roller coaster. 2016, my sister got married. I tried to kill myself, and then, like, it's another year and a half. Like, I ended up leaving nursing in that. Between that time and January 10th, 2018.
Right.
I left my ex. I left nursing. I left my house and basically abandoned everything that was Dottie prior to Dottie the Psychic. Like, I will Dottie the Psychic. That's where she was born. That's where Dottie the Psychic was born, because that's when I started.
I always thought Dottie the Psychic was born in the back of the bar.
Basically, yeah, because that's why I got the bar deck.
Yeah, which I've
started. I've got the first suit of the deck I'm planning to publish done. Like, that's the shit that's going on this year. Like, that's just
But honey, you're going through things, and I love being able to sit back and go, "Oh yeah, I've been there."
I've been going through things for the last 5 years. Like, that's the
Exactly.
thing.
But at the same time, honey, we've walked a lot of the same steps. Okay. The only reason that Aeson Knight psychic services exist is because I worked 120 hours for a year in each week. I took 2 days off a year. 2 days. Not 2 days a week. 2 days in a year for 4 years. Spirit told me, you better slow your shit down or I'm going to stop you. I went, well, this is stupid. I need the money. My patients need me. Okay. They blew my knee out. Off the floor for 3 months. Went right to hell back.
I know. What is with that natural draw to go back? I'm like, I had a nervous breakdown and tried to go back. I'm like,
right.
I'm literally too crazy to do this job.
No, you ain't. Oh, no, you ain't, honey child. You were just in the wrong department.
Oh.
You know, mentally unstable nurses do lovely in psych wards.
And the ER.
And the ER. But anyway, so, I go back and 3 months later, I'm on the floor. I have 179 patients. And one of them hadn't had a bath in 2 weeks. And I said, that's it. We're getting this tonight, guys. We're going to have to lift. I'm calling the DON and getting permission. And I called, got permission. Yep, you can give her a bath. You just have to use the lift to support you. Okay. One, this patient had a bath in 2 weeks. Bedridden. 2, I had my top staff with me and I knew I could pull it off.
That's disgusting, though.
Yeah.
2 weeks. How could that is a professional, that is where you put your family to be taken care of. And this is the real nail in the coffin, because I had a moment where I realized I was no longer able to give the care I would expect for my family.
Right. Well, not even that, but the number of patients that they had at that time. 179 patients I was responsible with. Direct care.
That's
insane. Charge. This is direct care. Yeah. I talked to nurses today and they're like, oh, I had 4 today. It was a nightmare. I'm like, 4? What did you do for 6 hours?
I don't know. See, but that's the difference between acute care and long-term care.
Uh-huh.
Acute care is, number one, acute care has more staff.
Right.
And number two, here's the thing with long-term care, you can kind of pull it off with fewer people because it's more routine.
Uh-huh. But I've always thought they have the wrong, because I was a midnighter. I'm still a midnighter. You guys know me. I'm up at 2 a.m.
I worked night shift for like 2.5 years.
I worked night shift since the day I graduated high school.
That leaves a mark on the fucking soul.
I can't do days. I get physically sick if I have to be up too many days. It drives me crazy.
I really thought about that. Like, I was really
moved. Go to get this patient moved. The guy, and I had taught this boy to lift, how to work around necessary lift. We could have moved patients, baby. And he just let go, and the only thing I could do was hold her and guide her down to the bed. And I heard that pop, and I heard 2 more pops.
Oh.
Yeah, and I went, oh, hell. Get her secured. And then you're going to have to go get a chair and get me out of here. Got her secured, got me out of there. I get up to the nurse's desk. And I had said, I was, if you haven't seen my resume, there's a reason everything is at master level. It's because that's how I am. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it damn right.
Right.
I couldn't get a relief staff to 7 o'clock until 7 o'clock that morning. Get me to the hospital, and my career that I had invested $40,000 in was gone by the time they took an X-ray and an MRI. Blew 5 discs.
Yeah. There have been a few times when I was helping move people that I was like, and that's the end of my wrist. It had a weird crunchy, like it would do this weird crunch, and I'd feel like a shock of nerve, like you touched a live wire. And I'm like, this is not something I can afford to do. And then you just still have to go back to doing these small repetitive motions of opening the pills and digging these pills out. And they don't make pills easier to get out for nurses.
No, they don't. They make them worse because now they bubble pack them instead
Bubble
of giving
pack,
you the bottles.
but I mean, the thing about the bottles is you're still doing this motion over and over again. And I actually preferred the packs that were like the little baggies. You check the baggies to make sure everything was in there, and then you clip them. But you know, usually you get like little bags, and you make it 10 bags, and you can clip the top. You get a pair of scissors or something rather than trying to rip them.
Right.
But still, like, no matter how you slice it, that is a tiny repetitive motion.
That's just going to aggravate the hell out of it. I'm out. But anyway, so you know, I'm sitting in there, and the doctor's telling me, you're done in nursing, and I hear in the back of my head, "Fucking told you so, asshole."
Ugh.
And of course, it's my spirit guide. We've known it's my spirit guide, and I'm like, "Oh, how lovely, how lovely." Thanks. Okay, so I'm on my back for 6 months, reading the newspapers, reading every damn thing I can get my hands on, because this is not during the time of computers or on-demand TV. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah.
So you had nothing to do but sit there and dread the future.
I had nothing to do but sit there and dread the future, and I had worked a side hustle. That's what I saw it as, was a side hustle.
I'm sorry. I hate to bother you. I hate to break this up, Aeson, but are those porn links in our comments?
Oh.
I think they are. Yes, that one.
Okay.
And the one underneath it.
Well, let's go ahead and take care of that, shall we?
Didn't you have a little button? I remember watching your little scammer button, like a whole thing.
Oh, I do. Do you want me to turn it on?
Yeah.
I mean, we're adult entertainment, the wrong type of adult entertainment. We have the.
I know. Oh my god, no! I totally ripped on that scammer video.
Oh, that's all right.
I was like, I don't know why these bitches are trying. They know they're as hot as I am.
Well, exactly. And furthermore, damn it, if they're going to freaking advertise over here, I want revenue. We take sponsorships. We have lovely sponsorships contracts for both of us, drawn up, signed, sealed, and ready for delivery of payment.
Yeah, if you want to be promoted on my channel, you just got to let me know.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll talk about it.
We can make that work. So, you know, my whole point to this is I've done these steps. I've went through that breakdown of what the fuck am I going to do with my life. I've went through that. I can't do this anymore.
Right.
So many times.
That's kind of where I was too.
Yeah.
Like twice. Like literally.
Yeah. You know, and that's the way Spirit walks in and goes, "Hey, dumbass, you have a mission to do. We've been waiting for you. Yeah, this is real cute, the crap you're doing. We ain't having that crap. Come on, let's go."
If they want to speed this up, then they can start sending me more money. Like, you know, send me some Patreons and subscribers, and, you know, I'm doing my bit.
Well, you know, and, you know, I'm sorry. I will gladly talk about a VPN or a Manscape or, you know, Adam for Adam. Oh, Adam, for Adam, come over here. We'll have a discussion.
Right.
Or Adam and Eve.
I would manscape my head. I'm non-binary. I'll just, like, I will manscape my head on screen.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be interesting.
You'll love it. I love it.
I've heard a lot of good things.
Love them.
The legs are bad enough. I could probably do a good Manscaped commercial.
But
it's winter time. I'm using them as a second layer for warmth.
Well, I don't know. I don't like your hair the way it's been the past couple of days. I don't know what the hell you've been doing to it.
Last couple of days.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you've been Vava Vooming in it or VO5 in it, but you've been kicking it in the videos, honey.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I call you out and let you know when you're doing something good.
Oh, yeah, no,
Ooh, I like that.
that'd be cool, yeah. Little-
Yeah, let's get a pen in that and some Aquanet. And don't bring me no crappy Aquanet. I want that good purple can.
I don't think those have been legal since the 80s.
Honey, find me a drag queen. I'm sure we've got a few cases in the network.
You know what? This is good enough
That
for
is a
now.
really nice style on you.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? Like I kind of want to have a ponytail from it. It looks very, very Count Dracula.
Hey, that's a
Like
good
the
look
two
for
male
you, though. Yeah, that would be a very good look for you.
creatures of the night. What beautiful music they make.
Yep. So, you're doing the deck. You got the first suit done. When can we expect the Kickstarter?
I am actually going to take. I think I'm going to go ahead and try and get the holidays or tomorrow and the next day. After that, and then like the 26th is kind of the family thing.
Uh-huh.
um, after that, that would be Monday.
Uh-huh.
Monday, I'm going to sit down and actually make like a full battle plan about what I'm going to try and do. And
Uh-huh.
I need to find out how to publish before I start a Kickstarter. That's the thing.
Right. I mean, that or we can just skip and go right on to Llewellyn and USA Games and have a lovely conversation with their board of directors.
Probably like that's that's not off the table.
I
I don't want
well,
to
we
just
got Bamboo Press there. They've been making waves. They make a great deck.
I'd
Like
be
the
interested, yeah.
cardstock is kick ass.
I really have thought about just like because I know like I've got 3 decks here that I've just pretty much gotten recently.
Uh-huh.
See,
Which
there
ones did
is
you get
Blue
recently?
Angel, we can call them RP minis. No, that's a
No,
mini.
that's
Yeah.
crappy. I don't like their paper quality.
Actually, here's one. Wiser Books. That's not something I wouldn't mind doing. I bet you recognize that little symbol.
Oh yes, Wiser. That's a nice old and good company. We'll talk to them.
Yeah, let's talk to them. I honestly, it's not I have a problem with Llewellyn Press, but like I
Well,
just
no,
know
it's
if we're going with
because
Llewellyn
here's the
Press.
thing: if you sign with Llewellyn, they want 4 decks ready to go.
I'm not opposed to signing with Llewellyn Press, but I have a friend who is not a fan of them.
Uh-huh.
Um, she says they're just a little too light end for her, you know.
Well, here's the thing with them: we have a lot to thank Llewellyn for.
Oh, I'm not saying that we don't. Like they did
Okay.
get the message out.
Well, no. Not only that, but they made a lot of the messages. Do you realize that we have the We Can Read because of Llewellyn going, oh fuck no, we ain't having this shit. Meet me in Milwaukee.
You know, I didn't notice that. Like I know it was back in the 70s.
Yeah. The American Council of Witches is Llewellyn. He's the one that said, oh, the Hilton in Milwaukee is exactly the same side of each country. Every traditional leader, every tradition. Heck, there were some that did not have a name. They were told they had to have a name for their tradition by tomorrow morning, Friday night.
There we go. There we go. That improved the lighting. I'm like, why am I like bleached out like extra?
I just thought you hadn't fed lately, honey.
No, I just turned the light. Can you tell now? You can actually see my obnoxious level of rouge.
That is not obnoxious. That actually looks quite good for you. I've
It's
seen
good.
you do worse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I've got to get you a used credit card. I really do.
I do need to work on my drag. Like I want to work on my. That might be something to go on in the new year. Right now, there's so much crap, so many irons in the fire.
Right.
Oh my god! Like this year has been insane. I know I started talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like today, I had that podcast.
Mm-hmm. Today you done kick ass on a podcast for who was your co-host then? Who was
Casey,
sitting in my seat?
this guy
Casey.
named Casey. I have to look him up, but like he was he was formerly on the Howard Stern show, and that's what stood out to me. I was like, okay, so I want somebody from Howard Stern show, or I'm gonna get the lady from television
We want
today,
Howard Stern, honey, the way we talk.
right?
Okay.
I was like, I
this
just
is
got on there, and
adult.
I told an unknown number of people like my entire life story.
Well, let's say if they get a listening audience twice of what the coffee shop gets, that's 30,000 people that knows your life story. Hopefully you didn't reveal anything you did not want in the tabloids in 20 years.
Well, I mean, everything I have said, I've already said at least twice. Like
Awesome.
I talked about being burnout as an LPN. I talked about leaving my ex.
You know, and I think, and believe me, I have my number of exes. Most of them are dead now, consistently. But anyhow,
Thank God for small favors.
I'm telling you, but you know, it gets a little worrisome. You know, I have to warn new boyfriends. Now, you know, if you take this seriously for more than 3 years, there's a positive. You know, I've got better odds than the mind does. But you know, the psychics always have shitty romance lives. They
Oh.
always do, because we have to know what it fucking feels like to have a bitch ass, to have an abuser, to have a pain in the ass, to have a whiny man that won't do shit, to have a lazy man.
I had all those at once. I only needed one relationship.
Well, honey, we never, you know, I'm going to say this. I've never seen you do one thing at once. So why didn't you take on you had to do a combo.
All at once.
Yeah.
That's literally, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. But, you know, I'm glad that you came out of your, what did you call it? I call it
exile. Some people call it marriage, but I call it exile.
I call it depression.
Exile is what I call my my marriage.
Okay. So I'm glad you're out of it.
Because I still deal with depression, but...
Well, you deal with depression, but you ain't got time for it this year. I'm going to keep you busy.
No, I really
do it live every night to get you on there.
Oh my God, I am doing better. Like, I do know
you
that
are doing amazing. I mean, because I don't know if all our listeners know that you had a major loss this year. Also,
I had one major loss, and then one that wasn't as big a loss, but was still a pretty big loss. Like,
right.
I not only did I lose my friend, but we also lost a very dear friend that I've known for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Another family friend. I lost my mom August 2nd. Like,
yeah.
I had to push back the trip to New Orleans. I've still got all the footage from the trip from New Orleans. I ended up having it in October because I had to cancel it twice. First, I canceled it for Mom dying. Then we had to cancel it because Ida hit. And so the third time, I'm like, maybe I should just go to Savannah.
No, you needed to go to New Orleans. I needed graveyard dirt. How could you get me graveyard dirt in Savannah? The only thing that can get me down there is gin and green curtains. I don't need either one of those.
Savannah? It may not be quite the same graveyard, but they've got some serious spiritual stuff down there. I mean, that's the backdrop for Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
Well, true. And, we're always a little good and a little evil. You've also had some spiritual growth going on. You're picking up different things and playing with that.
I think I'm actually really thinking about, because I wanted to do that Academy episode. Well, it's a psychic academic video.
Yes, that's on slate for next month, honey.
No, that's next month, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, next month I'm doing the Dealing with Dark Dummies. That is like, I won't say my crap out energy video, but
Right, but no, we have an Academy discussion that we're going to do together, talking about how the industry needs some standardizations.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, here's my thing: is I don't know anything about the industry on that subject. That's one of the things. Like,
yeah, that's what we're going to talk about next month's episode of Tea and Coffee.
Oh, okay. You know what? That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay, coming in with ideas I don't know anything about.
Honey, we've had this conversation.
I'm glad I'm getting some warning. I'm going to write this down. Okay.
So January, we're discussing psychic training.
Yeah, because I'm thinking in February. So if we discuss it in January,
Yeah.
because January I've already started 2 scripts, and I think I'm gonna go with the dealing with dark dummies as building off of the
I
scammer
think you
video.
should do the dark dummy video. Please do the dark dummy video and take a ball bat with it.
I was thinking about it. Like I'm doing femme. I think the character is going to be very femme fatale, and I've got this thing called a dingbat, and it's a mace. It's basically a short baseball bat with spikes in it.
Yay!
And like that's my character, just solid badass.
Cool, very cool. And
Maybe
then
February, I'm thinking about getting my hair trimmed and spiking it.
Oh, I like your longer hair. Spike the
I
pride.
kind of do too, but Liberty spikes that fucking long.
Oh yes, honey. Again.
Maybe that long.
Yeah, maybe that long. Like I like you with the longer, more femme fatale top and the shorter sides. You look awesome with that.
I think because it would still look good. It's been like I don't think I would go any shorter than that because at that point it's like right here.
Any shorter than that, darling, and we have to have a discussion. I have to call your photographer and your hairdresser and your nail person, and we got to hope for good weather.
Right. Yeah, but like when it goes to ear length, that's when it starts to get just enough wave to be questionably feminine.
Uh-huh.
Like I could be a guy, I could be a girl.
Yeah. But uh-oh, you froze. There you are. Welcome back.
Hello.
But no, I like it when you put it up like you've been playing with it here tonight. I mean, you've got some nice designs there of your natural hair.
Yeah, that's just me flipping it around. Like I had it in braids earlier.
I really have not looked at that hairstyle because I don't have the head for it. I really don't. I mean, I've got
a mohawk.
Yeah,
like that's what it is. It's a classic mohawk. Like I mean, just one stripe.
See, I don't have the head for it. It's like I don't do shaved head to begin with because I get bumpy head, which we'll talk about later on this year sometimes. But anyway, February we're going to be talking about how to recover from a disastered relationship.
Wait a minute. Let me
write the tape, the video, all that.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me write this down. So January we're doing psychic training, which I actually want to do a video for that. So we'll plan to make February. Since we'll do it in January, we'll make February the month where I do the psychic training video because I've actually really thought about taking a psychic course or two, getting some like actual legit paperwork. I don't think I want to take a medium course.
Yeah, I think you should take a couple different medium courses because there's 3 different types of mediumship.
Okay, February. What are we doing in February?
Recovering from disaster relationships.
I got some stuff to say about that.
Well, we both do. Just remember, we have to make sure that we leave out names so that we cannot be sued. And then in March, we're going to do rare forms of divination.
I've really been thinking about redoing the osteomancy video because I actually found, like, y'all, if you're looking for, like, magical animal parts or animal parts for your magic, go to, like, the country store, like your Rural King Tractor Supply, and look in the dog treat section.
Oh, honey, yeah. You can get good bones there.
Yeah, bones. I found a shoulder for the osteomancy video.
Cool. Very cool. But no, I thought we'd talk rare forms of divination and some of the ones we've played with and the ones we haven't played with.
Right.
And then April, I don't know. We'll see where we're at.
Okay, yeah, that's enough right there.
That's enough right there for you to work off of and go bouncing around. Because this is what I love about you. I can give you an idea. I give her an idea. Off she goes. I don't have to touch back base with her. She comes back and gives me 40 different things she's done with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm out this is my business. Like, we are affiliates. But, that's your business, this is my business. When we come together and we can work together.
Oh, yeah.
We're building both of our businesses.
Exactly. And see,
I look great with it. Thank you, dear. I appreciate that.
You do look really great in updos, Dottie. Like literally, I think I'm going to get you bobby pins for Christmas.
I have a thing of bobby pins somewhere around here. It's just I haven't had long hair in so long. I haven't played with it. Back when I had my hair used to be down to about mid waist, mid back, mid lower back,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a full head of hair. I did one this in the sides, and I would do like some crazy Victorian updos. Like I would do like the natural wrap, but then I would start with a bun in the middle. Like I would split my hair in three. I'd put a bun in the middle, and then I would like twist the bottom going around, and then maybe do something, and then do like a swoop and a dip, and and then just kind of knot everything around this base bun. Things
Totally
like that.
Cool. Totally cool. But
no,
do me a favor. Don't get your hair cut for 30 days. Do 30 days of different Dottie hair.
Different Dottie hair.
And
that'd be great. Like I'd pin my hair up and then do my little shorts, which I don't think I did today.
No, you didn't. I missed your short.
I've been pretty faithful to them, all things considered.
Honey, you've been doing amazing.
I'm upright. That's fucking amazing at this point. When I tell you my life, it's not me, it's my life has been bipolar, I really mean it. Yeah. I really mean it. It started off this year. I went through that video. I keep going back to this video because it was such a shock to sit there.
And when are we getting it over on YouTube?
A week from now. It's already on my Patreon, so if you're a Patreon, you can watch it now. Yeah. But if you want to wait, it'll be on YouTube next week.
Right.
Cool. Which I need to set that up. But what was I saying? But really, like even watching, I've changed my intro. I've changed my logo. I've gotten involved in Keen. You and I started doing business. My LLC got set up. So the business got started. It was able to shift rather awkwardly and uncomfortably, but when you get the boot, it was just one of those moments. Like I couldn't keep doing the job I was doing because it reached that point.
Well, and a lot of people don't know that you actually were doing Dottie on your own, and you were going to do the network. This was the schedule, was 6 to 10, Monday through Friday.
Right.
Because you were going to take YouTube seriously, and we were going to get some great content out of you. And
I did. I was putting out a content like every week. Yes, growing pains.
Growing pains. Honey, she said growing pains so bad, I thought we were going to have to get some pampering. I bought a bottle of it just to have in the house for you.
I survived. I gotta say this thing. When I decide I want something, hell and high water aren't going to stop me.
Well, I know. Yeah. But, so you've done amazing. You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
You're handling things very well.
Lost my mom.
Lost your mom.
Lost my job. Lost my studio, which wasn't as horrible a thing, but like still, it was the space I was shooting in. I still haven't replaced it. Not really. Like I got a buddy let me use his house, but the area he's given me to use for my studio, it isn't big enough.
Look, Dottie needs a house. I'm sorry, Dottie needs a house. Dottie needs a single wide trailer that is just Dottie.
Or something like that. I want something that I can take people to. I would like something. There's a church up the hill. I'm going to call on Monday and see if it's still for sale.
Really? You're going to buy me a church?
I'm going to buy me a church. It's going to be my church. The Church of the Dottie.
That's fine. That's fine. I just need Tuesday nights.
What are you using my church for on Tuesday nights? I'm curious.
The Psychic coffee shop, honey.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
It would be the great place for a giant tea party. That would be a great sanctuary. Can you imagine the parties?
Oh, yeah. The parties alone, post-COVID. And that's what you keep forgetting is you've done all this during COVID, which changed every bit of business.
Yeah.
All the way around. Every business cannot say they have not changed because of COVID. Now, dumb businesses will say they haven't changed, but if they didn't miss the opportunities, they're idiots.
Yeah. No, if they didn't change, then they didn't make it.
Right. And they won't. Like point blank, they won't make it. But no, you've done all this. You've been amazing. Now you're on, on this big podcast.
On
We're
team.
podcasting and hanging out, which
Yeah,
I
that,
guess
and that
people
was
thought
so
we weren't
random. Like,
friends.
it's funny, like that whole thing that started while I was doing the scammer video. I'm like, literally, I get a call from them and they're like, we'd like to do a 5-minute podcast test with you. And I haven't seen any new clients yet, so we'll find out. But like, I was doing the scammer video where I literally had just said, don't respond to people you didn't reach out to. And then I did. I literally did. I'm like, okay, this is literally my opportunity. And
But that's different. That is not, coming into like my comments and going, Brenda, let me give you a reading. Or I'm drawn over here to Brenda. I must read for Brenda. We don't do that shit. Nobody will do that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Unless you go to a church that is a spiritualist church and they're doing message giving.
Yeah, no, that's
or
just
pulpit
something I
giving,
want to go.
which
I want
is
to go
something
to a spiritual.
totally there.
My great grandmother, my mother's mother's mother,
hmm
was a minister in a spiritual church in California, and that's one of the things I want to do. I'm going to go to New York. I've decided that I'm going to take a trip to New York.
Okay.
And this may be a great mistake, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Well, that, and can you go by way of DC? There's a lovely spiritual church there. There's one in Roanoke that's a lovely one. If you're going to go to New York City, then you need to go just on up in New York and go to Silverdale. If you're going to spend some money, girl, I've got a trip planned for you.
That's not a bad idea. I was just going to, I was going to go in on the train, see New York for a couple of days and come back and make it like a weekend trip because I don't want to spend too much money until I'm starting to really make money.
Mm-hmm.
Which
right,
I'm hoping for
you
soon.
will in 2 years.
I'm hoping so. I'm really hoping that I'm chugging along.
Mm-hmm. But no, I guess people thought we weren't friends or weren't comfortable with each other. I don't know.
When was this? We've been on each other's shows like a blue million times.
No, before we started pulling stuff together this year.
Oh! I know what you're talking about. Okay, that's not fair. Look, I am sorry, and I paid for it.
I am not talking about the after effects of that because there was other things said across the board. But one of these nights, when we have no topics to go to talk about, we're going to talk about the psychic industry and how catty these bitches are.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What a bunch of catty bitches! What a bunch of catty bitches! And I'm no better. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like
we're no
am.
better, honey. I shoot gossip and industry gossip with a heartbeat. But what I find interesting is it's not normally the psychics that are the catty bitches. The real catty bitches, it's the puppet masters, it's the managers, it's the handlers, it's the shop owners, it's this, it's these outer people around us.
Now, I tell you, I will straight say this. The Barefoot Gypsy so far has been the least dramatic spot and the one business I would actually still do real business with.
There's 2 places I'll do business with in this state right now.
Okay.
Because I am not doing in-person events at all. I took that out of my bag and set it to the side. But if Barefoot Gypsy wants me, give me a call. We will make it happen. And then Earth Magic. Mow up at Earth Magic. My God, honey, you want to talk about business? She runs a business.
I want to go and see that. I was actually in Morgantown. I probably should have just stayed over and went. I want to see. I haven't been there, and I haven't been to Sacred Yana. I haven't had
been to Sacred Yana, but I love Mo. Mo is amazing. She will back the community. She has, she has the artisan event every year for the community. She has a lovely shop here. She goes all the way. She brings stuff down from Canada that's handmade for our community. She's a Cabot witch, but I tell you what, she's the most level-headed shop owner I've worked with.
Cool.
Don't put up with crap. Don't play with crap. Here's your space. Have a good time. Here's your appointments. I've already called and reminded them.
I think I'm gonna not do the podcast like I was doing it, because if I'm doing, I'll do 2 live streams a month. I'll do this and maybe like another guest thing,
Yeah.
or
And
maybe just leave it a week free.
no. We'll do 2. You got to do 2. You've got to have one video out a week. I don't care if it's what's in Dottie's purse.
What's in Dottie's purse right now? The only thing. Oh, you know what's in Dottie's purse? I'll show you what's in Dottie's purse. Come on. That's what's in Dottie's purse.
Good. Reflection.
Yeah. Well, no. It's less about reflection and more about growth and vision. It's about the idea of taking on new concepts and weeding the garden of your mind. Like, if you look, it's a plant. So you have to nurture it. You have to make sure it's getting what it needs. It needs water, it needs light, it needs dirt. And like, there's an egg in the middle, and it's got the veins because growth is hard.
It is. Oh, it's hard. And people will tell you you can't do it, you ain't never going to do it, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, you just knock it off and leave me alone.
Some of these are really beautiful. I've started, okay, I'm going to give you all a sneak peek. It's not colored in yet, but I have gotten the Ace inked out for the next set.
Very nice. And I'm assuming that is your pinnacle set?
It's more about stars.
Oh, okay.
It's like, rather than just being, so if you think about it, the pinnacle is the terrestrial star, but we're gonna actually like really kind of take a look at stars. Like, that one is the shooting star. So if it's upright, it's all about finding your purpose, finding that magical slipstream where you're just rolling, taking life's journey, and you know that. And then if it's reversed, it's not considering consequences of actions. It's not. It's hurting people around you for stardom or whatever, you know, selfish and stupid reasons. It's as close to the devil card as I got.
Cool. Very cool. That's the closest you've got to the devil card? I got a question for you. Where's the lust in your deck then?
Why does lust have to be owned by the devil? I know plenty of people that lust have no evil intention at all.
Well, honey, you got to remember that devil card in the tarot is a lot of lust and sexual passion and untamed thing and everything forbidden.
I just think we can find a better spokesman. I'm a better spokesman.
Yeah, but you got to remember when the tarot itself was designed, and that area during the Catholic, the whole Catholic thing going on there.
There's going to be 100 cards.
Ooh.
Because this is not a tarot deck, it's an oracle deck. It's based off my bar deck. The one that I drew in a dark bar that was the beginning, because it's starting to look rough, and it's never been a super pretty deck. It's been my deck, and I love it.
Right, Dottie.
Huh?
Yeah, okay. Right. I'm glad we brought that. We may actually get our channels cleared up before the week's out.
Right. Okay. I just want to say this about the devil card. I think you're right. He did get a bad PR rap, because I know, like, I've been hanging out with Luciferians, and I have some beloved Christians in my family, and I'm like, I love you guys both. I'm not getting involved in your deity's divorce drama.
Well, it's not really. Okay, let's back that up a minute. And
it's a divorce drama. You think about it. One side's talking shit about the other side. The other side can't win for nothing. Like, you know.
Right. But I don't think it's a divorce drama. I feel like it's more a father-son issue. Like, we got daddy issues across the board here, honey.
Like, it's biblical. It could be both.
Yeah. You know, it's biblical, so it could probably be both. But no, I think that, and this is my thing with the tarot in general, that devil, there's 3 cards in the deck that I think should have been split. The devil card's one of them. The 3 of Swords is another one. Should have been split.
I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments.
Yeah.
Mo is great. Yay, Mo.
Yeah, you got to meet her. She's awesome. She's one of those ones that you can just sit and josh with for a good bit because her knowledge, oh my God. Like, she actually knows what real stones are and refuses to carry crappy ones.
That's cool. You know
Yeah.
what? Let's do this coffee and tea thing once a month. We'll do this once a month, and then I'll get another live stream, and we'll break it up that way. Because they're low profile. I don't actually like doing podcasts by myself. I realize. I'm like, I would rather do this correctly and make a full fucking video.
Yeah. And, actually have fun with it.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
enjoy talking to myself like it's going to be graded.
Well, of course it'll be graded, honey. It's graded by the likes down there and the subscribes and subscriptions.
It's like, but if I'm going to talk to myself, I'm going to do it in style.
Uh-huh. Okay. Very cool.
But yeah,
well, so we got to dress you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. We've been going on for about an hour. I would love to sit here and talk to Dolly for another 3 hours, but unfortunately, Aeson has done an Aeson and went and bought a car.
Did you actually buy the car?
I actually bought the car. I am the proud new owner of a 2008 Kia Sportage.
Nice.
Yeah.
I heard that you had some cars dragged out of a lake.
Oh, honey, we had the Loch Ness Monster earlier today. Like, the car industry in itself will be down probably for about another 2 years, but they have pulled everything out of every back holler, backyard. I'm just going to block this one. There we go. All right. Backyard. Oh, they're famous tonight. And put it up on the lot for sale. And it's like, no. Phoenix and Gwen came down and we went car shopping and it was a great time and had some good food. And that's probably the first time I've socialized in a bit without a monitor between us.
Yeah, there is some appeal to not having to actually leave your house to communicate.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I've discovered Instacart and they will deliver from some of my favorite stores. And I'm creating mine now, but we needed a car.
Okay. Yeah. I realize now I forgot my intro tagline twice. Hello, my dotlings. It's a little late now, but there you go.
No, you acknowledged them. Now, do you have your patrons handy?
I have, let me look real quick so I can see what names that they actually use. Since this is actually going to show up on my channel as well.
Yes.
I just got a new one.
Yeah.
And this is actually a dear, dear friend of mine, Sky.
Uh-huh.
Let me see. Okay, yeah, I'm going to be quicker on the draw with this next time. Like, I'll see if Joe can't get me a graphic.
Oh, it'll go across the banner. Because I'm going to flip mine up.
Where the hell are they? Okay, 2 active patrons. View relationship manager. There we go.
Yay!
I figured it out. Yes, Sky Lawrence and Beth Mullins are my God.
They are not your cause of the month. They are your patrons that are supporting your work and your creativity.
Yes, they are my $5 and above patrons.
Yes. So tell us about your Patreon, because yours is different than mine.
Okay, so
tell us about the Dotland community.
I have 3 levels. This is me looking up so I don't say something that's not true. Come on. I have 3 levels, and for $1, you basically get all my little extra stuff. I do post, like, right now I've got bloopers, and I've got next week's video already up. So I got bloopers from,
the scamming video.
Are they on here? I don't see the bloopers from the scammer video. I may not actually have gotten them on here.
Dottie, we gotta fix that.
Yeah, I'll take care of that later. So there should be bloopers from the scammers video on there. I've got the first suit of the deck I'm planning on publishing on there already. So if you want to see the rest of that suit, it's already posted on my Patreon.
Right.
Next week's video is posted on my Patreon. And I was doing podcasts.
And we're still doing podcasts.
Yeah, but we're definitely doing them differently. Like we'll do this one, and then I'll do like a guest star one, or maybe we can just bring a guest star in here and leave that week open, and I'll just have that to write.
Right. Now, I think that you should do a guest star when you have a guest star. I don't think you should hold yourself to having a guest star. That week may be your week that you do a talking head video about some of the crazy psychic stuff you have occurred. Because I'm telling you, if it happens, like if the psychic flu of 99 was going through, Dottie would get it.
The psychic flu of 99.
Yes. Okay, I used to be part of a very large chat room. Like there was almost 4,000 of us in there on an average night. All of us were psychics, kind of like what we've got going on here on a smaller scale. Ours is smaller scale.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of us got the flu at the same time. The whole chat room got the flu. So it became known as the psychic flu of 99 because literally every network, every manager on a network was calling everybody, can you work? No, I've got a fever 103. I ain't signing in. Can you work? Literally.
Dang. Sounds like a strike.
No, it was a flu, honey. We were all deadly sick.
That is some warped timing, considering y'all didn't have actual interaction.
No, we didn't. We literally at that time was just keyboard chat, IRC.
Oh God. Let's see. That's the one aspect I hate about this job. Like I am not a fan of the text.
I love voice to text and I love hearing it read to me.
I don't mind having it read to me as text messages go, but number one, my keyboard never works. Like it works right half the time. Sometimes the spell check doesn't work, and I'm just flailing across the keyboard trying to figure out how words are spelled because ADHD fucking sucks sometimes.
Uh-huh.
And I can't spell. So like these people, oh my God. I had one the other day that really kind of irritated me.
Mm-hmm.
This guy got on there. Of course, I mean, I did tell him his wife was cheating on him, so that might be why he was not inclined to be nice to me back.
Of course not, honey, because you told the truth.
I did. I told him the truth, and he was not happy with it.
Well, too bad.
And yeah,
he went to one of those sugar psychics that charged $50 a minute.
I made the mistake of saying something like, "I think so," and he's like, "You think so? I thought you were psychic." I'm like, "Yes, I am a psychic." He said, "Then why don't you know so? You all are scammers and fakes." I'm like, no.
No, we don't play that game. Have a good day. Go find someone else. I'm telling you, I'm not going to give the psychic's name, but she charges $50 a minute. She will tell you whatever you want to hear.
And sometimes people do just want to hear nice stuff. Like I had a lady who was like, "I just want a nice light read about some happiness coming my way." And I'm like, "Okay, let's see what we can find."
Yeah. But, the key to it is always taking them, everyone goes through a dark period. Always make sure that if you get a client, I don't care if you got to send them 5, 10, 15 free minutes, and they're going through a dark time, show them the light at the end of the tunnel. It may be 2 full decks of tarot to go, honey, you're going to have a tumultuous 5 years. After that, your shit's going to be great.
Sometimes it feels like that.
Yeah.
Have we noticed any uptick in the YouTube, in the Facebook, like, Jesus Christ, website yet?
I haven't noticed ticks in anything yet.
I'm sorry.
See, you're all into analytics. I don't do the analytics, honey. I just produce.
Yeah, just tell Joe to tell me. I'm sure he's the one watching the analytics.
Oh yeah, by the minute. By the minute.
It's hard not to be obsessed.
He comes in, tells me, "Oh my God, we are top in India this week on the coffee shop." And I'm like, "That's cute. Which network covers India?"
What is it with India? Like, apparently you got 3 strikes. They thought I was a biker for a long time. So I'm like, okay, I can kind of get that. Sort of, but that's not really what it's about here. That's not
Well,
at all.
again, it's like, we get a lot of listeners, and hello, listeners that are used to the Psychic Coffee Shop. This is a new cup of tea
Tea and
that
coffee.
are in like Russia, and I am like, okay,
I think they're bots watching us.
Handles Russia. So again, hi guys. So let me go over my baristas. We'll wrap this up, guys,
Okay.
and go from there.
And I get to say my tagline.
Yes. When we're ready for your tagline.
That's the last thing I say.
Yes. So I want to give personal thanks to my baristas. My baristas enjoy some lovely benefits. They have their own exclusive chat room. They have their own personal contact with me. They get to also help me with ideas for the show. They get private vlogs, personal photos, personal interactions with me, and of course discounts on the readings depending on your package, which one you want. They also have their own private site that gives them exclusive scheduling rights. But let me give thanks to my supporters, which is Beverly Walker, Mika G, Kathy, Mary Winfield, Brenda Bryant, Ashley Guest, Shannon C, Shannon D, the ever-loving lovely Lady Gwendolyn, and Charles Shaw. If you'd like to learn more about the Psychic Coffee Shop or Aeson Knight, go over to pcspnetwork.com. And of course, they can always find out about Dottie the Psychic at dottiethepsychic.com. And of course, you can find us both on Keen. You can find me on Keen, West Virginia Psychics. I have a bunch of networks out there. We take private appointments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Private appointments are best, kids.
Yeah. That's where you're going to. I don't know. For me, it's a debate. If you need me to come in, fix one question or one situation, go for one. Okay. If you only have one little thing for you, because I'm an ER psychic.
I get
That's
it.
that is what on demand is for. That's great. If you want to sit down and talk about how your 2022 is going to be and what the money of 2022 is going to be like, or you've got a really big problem, book an appointment.
I prefer you book an appointment, not gonna lie, because honestly, number one, more of the money goes to me. Like,
Right.
whereas Keen, I get like 50%. Whereas you contact me directly, I get 100%.
No, you don't.
Well, not really. I spend some on you guys, but
no, you get 95%. The credit card processor gets the other 5%.
Okay, sorry, the credit card processor. But I get like 90%.
Yeah.
But after overhead and everything.
Right.
And honest to God, in some ways, it can be a lot cheaper to have that conversation, especially if you need to talk.
Yeah. And for me, it's the size of the reading you need. Like, I can do 90-minute read if we got to sort out some shit, pick a divorce lawyer, nail your husband to the wall for the cheating wife he's had, explain, look at how we can get your boss to either get his shit together or get him out of there. That's what my long private appointments are for, because I do time-based appointments. If you got one question, you book a 15-minute reading with me and all you've got is that one question, and it's like, no, he's not worth it. What the hell is your problem? You'll meet another man in 3 months. Okay, that was 2 minutes.
See, I'll sit there and try to talk to you about why you're attracted to shitty men.
Right. You do more of that. I don't. That's all part of their learning list. Now, if they want to know why they're attracting shitty men and checking out the discount out, I have no problem doing that.
See, you get that as a little extra for me.
Yeah.
That's what I use to fill in that 15-minute gap.
Yeah. But, that's why I'm like, look at the size of your situation, come over and we'll sort it out. Of course, we will be taking questions next episode as we switch topics.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll switch off. You do one, I do one. But, so that's that. I think we got a great format. It's fun working with you. I love the energy that we do. And I'm going to say have a
I really
magical
can boss me
evening.
around too. Let me
I
tell
don't
you, I
boss
don't.
you around. Like, I don't have time to boss you around.
Aeson just tells me to go and do something, and I do it. So he doesn't have to boss me around. He just tells me
No,
what
I
to do.
give you an idea and you run with it. I love it to death. I literally was just venting stress about a situation in my
And I
little
made you do a
neighborhood.
whole damn video. It's probably one of my better pieces of work.
You've not only made a whole video, you've scheduled 10 other videos off that video. And I'm like, God damn it.
Well, it was such a prevalent issue. Scammers are a pain in the ass. What, we nuked 3, 4?
Oh, no, honey, we're up to 4 tonight. Like,
Yeah.
guys, if this was a Friday night, I would say, every time I have to block somebody, please take a drink.
I'm up for that party.
Uh-huh. So, guys, we'll be back probably every third Thursday of the month with coffee and tea on Thursday nights at 9:30. You can join us over at any of our social medias. We broadcast out on Facebook at, the Psychic Coffee Shop, Dottie the Psychic, Aeson Knight. We're over on YouTube at, Aeson Knight and Dottie the Psychic's channel and the Psychic Coffee Shop's channel. And, I'm going to say my line. You say yours. Have a magical evening, and I'll be here if you need me.
Safe travel and much profit to you.
Good night, y'all. Bye.
This is the calm before the storm. You know what's coming, so be warned. You can't stop.